Hello, everybody. Welcome to another KMU Live Podcast. I'm your host, Ricky Tsabergi, and joining me again this week is Stephanie Relaford. How you doing tonight, Stephanie?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right. I guess Derek's there too, but he's going to be like producing off camera, so we've got Stephanie tonight.
Yeah, stuck with me.
Cool. All right. All right, let's start off with this one. Amelia Brown was missing from Garden City since January 14th. Garden City police announced on their Facebook today that she was found safe in Ulysses, Kansas. So they did find her safely down there, which is good to hear.
Yeah.
Yep. Her flyer got shared far and wide, and Derek's been making some short reels for me to share, and I shared one. The first reel I did was hers, and it had like over 1,100 views. So I mean, it was really cooking. So we're going to experiment more with those little shorts and stuff like that. I've got several more I'm going to put up, and he's going to make some out of this show, and I'm going to start incorporating those as well. So something new to try.
Yeah. That'll be
Always
good.
looking for something. Always looking for something to boost the views and shares and viewers and followers and things. Just trying to find different ways to get far and wide. That's the main thing.
Oops. Yep.
Up, you're fine. You're fine. I'm going to start off with the cold cases tonight. And we're going to start off with Lori Heimer. Yes, an unsolved homicide, June 25th, 2016, this area, which is in Saline County, Kansas. She was stabbed to death in her rural area, Kansas home on June 25th, 2016. She ran her business, Lori's Poodle Patch, from her home. She was a licensed breeder of miniature-sized poodles and was licensed through the state of Kansas. KBI was contacted to assist Saline County sheriffs in the investigation. They responded with agents and their crime scene response team. During the investigation, 2 vehicles of interest were developed. Vehicle 1 was said to be an older flatbed pickup truck, possibly a Chevrolet, which is described as beat up, maroon in color with a white front bumper, silver grille, and wide style side mirrors. The driver is described as a man who was 50 years of age or older with salt and pepper hair. Vehicle number 2 was an older style small pickup truck, possibly a Chevrolet S10, with a 2-tone paint job, dark blue on the top and bottom with light blue in the middle, a silver back bumper, and a newer blue tailgate that appeared to have minimal damage when compared to the body of the truck. The remainder of the vehicle is described as beat up and scratched up. There may have been 2 small animal cages or crates in the back. The driver of this second vehicle is described as a white male, approximately 40 years of age, with shoulder-length hair and wearing glasses. Investigators have said they would like to locate these 2 vehicles. They would also like to speak to anyone that had any contact or a business appointment with Lori at any time between June 20th and 25th, 2016. If you have any information regarding the homicide of Lori J. Heimer, please call Saline County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 785-826-6500 with a KBI at 1-800-572-7463. There is a reward of $37,500 being offered for information that leads to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for Lori's murder. So, as I say all the time, what, no matter what information you have, no matter how small or insignificant or unimportant you think it might be, get it called in and let investigators know what's going on. It may be something that they definitely need.
Yeah. Is this one of the houses that when you guys did your documentary that you drove by or no?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yep, it was. There's the one that was way out there rural, and it took us a little bit to get to, and there's not many houses anywhere close to it. I mean, there's quite a bit of space between houses out there.
Yeah. I wonder if it had, especially since that truck had the cages on it. I wonder if it had anything to do with
I don't know. It's a good
the
question.
dogs or anything.
It's a good question.
No.
All right, and this is Haley Davis, another case from here in Salina, missing from Salina, Kansas since July 21st, 2023. 19 when she went missing. She's now 21, 5'6" to 5'7", weighs between 190 and 200 pounds. Her hair was last known to be dyed bleach blonde, and she has blue eyes. She left Salina, Kansas to go with a male acquaintance to Wichita, Kansas. She was last active on social media and last heard from on July 21st, 2023. Wichita police said that the investigation has led them to believe that Haley may be deceased. And when she went missing, she was 19. She's now 21. 5'6" to 5'7" tall, weighs between 190 and 200 pounds. Her hair was last known to be dyed bleach blonde, and she has blue eyes. If you have any information regarding Haley's disappearance, you know of her whereabouts or the location of her remains, please call Detective Owen at 316-268-4185, or you can email her at aowen@wichita.gov. To remain anonymous, you can call Crime Stoppers at 316-267-2111 or KBI at 785-296-4017 or 1-800-572-7463. Or you can scan the QR code and the Crime Stoppers banner down there, and it'll take you to a form on the website. You can submit your information that way. So let's see what we can do to get Haley located and back to her family.
I like these QR codes.
Yeah.
That's good.
And here is Heather, Samantha, Sam, Ratcliffe. And let's see here. She's missing from Kansas City, Kansas since January 25th, 2026. She's 49, 5'1" to 5'5", 110 to 150 pounds. And again, I'm going to real quick explain this discrepancy. I got information from family, and KBI had their information conflicts with family. I wanted to include both just in case. She has blonde or strawberry hair and brown eyes. That was the only information the two could agree on. She is missing under concerning circumstances. And she's 49, 5'1" to 5'5", weighs between 110 and 150 pounds, has blonde or strawberry hair and brown eyes. She does have a tattoo on her forearm of a cross. It's unknown which forearm, and a tattoo on her shoulder blade that has her name Sam with a picture of what looks like a man. If you have any information regarding Heather's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately or call the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department at 913-596-6010 or 913-596-3000 or the KBI at 785-296-4017. And see what we can do to get Heather located and back to where she needs to be. All right, getting into some Doe cases here. I've been working on trying to get more of those done. And this one is Marion County. John Doe from 1995. Date of discovery was September 21st, 1995. Location of discovery was Ramona, Kansas, in Marion County. Estimated date of death was 1995. State of remains, recognizable face, cause of death, hypothermia. Estimated to be between 30 and 40 years old, unknown, possibly Hispanic. Male, 5'2", 125 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Distinguishing marks features a 2-inch horizontal scar above the right wrist. Unknown if there's any identifiers on file. Clothing and personal items, wearing a red t-shirt with Winston's America's Best logo, gray Lacoste, I hope I'm saying that right, jeans, and has two turquoise buttons on the fly of the jeans, and black Ingles loafers. I tried to look those up and I couldn't find anything on them, but that's what they have on Doe Network. Circumstances of discovery: a Southern Pacific train conductor spotted the decedent's body through an open boxcar door while stopping to switch tracks. The man had no identification on him. The train started in West Colton, California, near San Bernardino, and was headed to Kansas City, Kansas. If anybody has any idea who this might be, you can call the Marion County Coroner's Office, 785-762-2286, or the Marion County Sheriff's Office at 785-827-2222. And you can see the case numbers there as well. So if you have any information on who this may be, give him a call and let him know and see if we can give this gentleman his name back and get him back to his family. I can see how they would be leaning toward Hispanic with the jeans and the shoes, and so I could see how they could be leaning in that direction.
Yeah. We got a couple people in the house here.
Yeah. Christopher Unruh, Justice for Cynthia Renee Gonzalez, which is Heather, Ellen Dodson. How you guys doing? Make sure everybody's sharing the show out there. Let them know we're here and live and what we're doing. And this is Trego County, John Doe. You can see we got some clear reconstructions of what the decedent may look like in life. This is Trego County, John Doe, 1995. The date of discovery was February 19th, 1995, Trego County, Kansas. Estimated date of death, 1994, 1995. The state of her remains is not recognizable, near complete, or a complete skeleton. Cause of death unknown. Estimated to be between 35 and 55 years old, white male, 5'10", 180 pounds, brown hair, unknown eye color. Back brace was found in the area. He had a muscular build. They were found in the northeast part of Trego County. Authorities believe the decedent had a muscular build, indicating he may have been involved in some type of heavy work. His body was found with no identification. If you have any information on who this gentleman may be, you can call the District 23 Coroner's Office, 785-625-3203, or the Sheriff's Office in Trego County at 785-943-5721. Or you can call KBI at 620-792-4353 and let them know what you may know about this gentleman's identity and see if we can give him his name back and get him back to his family.
Do you know, kind of off the top of your head, like how many? Because I know there's been certain people that you've had flyers out for a long time that maybe, their remains have been found. Have you had any of these John Does or Jane Does that have been found that you can think of?
That have been identified, you mean?
Yeah, identified.
I haven't seen anything on any of them. The only one that I really know of was a Jane Doe that was buried here in town that had been found beat to death in a creek just west of Salina, and they finally ID'd her a few years ago. She was known as Miss Molly. She was, I'm trying to remember her. She was identified as Robin Green from California. She had family in Minnesota, and I think she was on her way back to California when she met her demise. So they're trying to figure out how she met her demise and who is responsible. They think the prime person of interest is deceased as well, so maybe a difficult one. All right, this one's Leavenworth, John Doe, Leavenworth County, John Doe, 1992, June 25th, 1992. Leavenworth County, Kansas. That's the date when they discovered the remains, June 25th, 1992. Estimated date of death, 1992. State of remains not recognizable, decomposing, gosh, I can't say that. Putrefaction. Not sure what that means. Cause of death unknown. Estimated age between 35 and 65 years old. Race unknown. Believe it to be a male, 5'8". Unknown weight, black hair, eye color unknown. Unknown of any kind of distinguishing marks or features. Identifiers, nothing. Dentals unavailable and fingerprints, DNA unknown. No personal items or clothing. The remains of a partially decomposed body was recovered in the Missouri River at the Smoot Grain Elevator Company barge terminal near Wolcott. Employees of the Smoot Grain Elevator observed a mass in the river and called law enforcement. The remains were found on the riverbank in a pile of wood and trash debris hung up on some brush. He may have been white, Native American, Asian, or admixture. Decedent's head and one or both hands were not recovered. So if you may have any idea who this might be, you can contact the Leavenworth County Sheriff's Office at 913-682-5724 and let them know what you know about this one to see if maybe we might be able to help get him identified and back to his family. Well, it's going to be kind of a tough one if they weren't able to find a head or both hands.
Right.
Wow.
Makes you wonder.
Yep. And there's my daughter. She's popped in to say hi. This is Wyandotte County, John Doe from 1992, January 29th, 1992 is the date of discovery. Location discovery was Kansas City, Wyandotte County, Kansas. Estimated date of death, 1991-1992. State of the remains, partial skeletal parts only. Cause of death, homicide. Physical description, estimated age 25 to 41, white male, unknown on height and weight or hair color or eye color. Fingerprints are available or unavailable. Dental and DNA are unknown. Nothing as far as personal items, clothing, jewelry, anything like that. Circumstances: tractor driver mowing a field in the 10,100 block of Leavenworth Road found a skull and a severed lower jawbone. Several small bones were later discovered. The top of the skull appeared to have sustained blunt trauma, and authorities are investigating the finding as a homicide. If you have any information on who this could possibly be, call the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department at 913-288-7248 and see what we can do to get this gentleman identified and back to his family. Now we get into some missing teenagers. And I think we covered Caitlin last week, but I put her back up because the top 4 photos I just put on there today, I was sent 4 new photos, so I thought I would get those on and recover her with the more recent photos. Caitlin Span's missing from Iola, Kansas since February 8th, 2026. 15 years old, 5'2", 125 pounds, blonde hair, blue-green eyes. Maybe we didn't cover her last week because she just went missing a few days ago. She does have severe mental health concerns. She's without or needed medication. And she's 15, 5'2", 125 pounds, blonde hair, blue-green eyes. She does have a nose piercing in her left nostril. If you have any information regarding Caitlin's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately or Allen County 911 Communications Center at 620-365-1437 or 785-296-4017, the KBI. It actually looks like she has both sides of her nose pierced. If you look at the far right-hand photo in the pink shirt, she has a piercing on both sides of her nose. So it looks like both sides are pierced. So I'll have to update that. So let's see what we can do to get her located and back to where she needs to be. And I was asked to reshare this young lady. Since I figure out there she is, Alexander Smith, and I updated her flyer because she recently had a birthday. So, missing from Wichita, Kansas since July 6, 2025. She was 16 when she went missing. She's now 17, 5'3", 103 pounds, brown hair that was last known to be dyed black and blue eyes. A family member found Alexander's bedroom window was left open and she was gone. She does have some serious medical conditions and some mental health concerns and is without any of her medications for these. And she was 16 when she went missing. She's now 17, 5'3", weighs 103 pounds, brown hair that was last known to be dyed black and blue eyes. She has nose ring piercings in each nostril. You can see there in the photo on the right. If you have any information regarding Alexander's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately. Or you can call Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-263-6011 or the KBI at 785-296-4017. And see what we can do to get Alexandra located and back to where she needs to be. And my daughter commented double nostril piercing. Yeah, thank you. She helps me identify piercings because I'm not very well versed on identifying them. So I show them to her and say, "What do you call this piercing?" And she'll let me know. she knows her piercings.
Sometimes you got to have an in with the younger crowd.
Oh yeah, she helps me a lot with piercings.
Yeah. I don't know. I just keep these last two, like, they don't have their medications. And that's one of the first things if you're reported a missing person, like, do they have medications that they need? Are they life, have to have these. So yeah, it really makes you wonder.
I feel like I'm fortunate to get that information. So,
really? It's not something that they just have.
Yeah, Heather says there needs to be a national TV series on Hulu specifically for missing and unsolved cases in every state. Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. And this is McKenna Wade. We've covered her before, but I recently got my hands on the center picture, so I added that and wanted to recover it with a new photo. McKenna's missing from Kansas City, Kansas. It's November 30th, 2025. She's 17. 5'5", 140 pounds, brown hair that was last known to be dyed black with purple on the top and brown eyes. She may be in the Lansing, Kansas area, according to a post from the Lansing, Kansas Police Department. Now, again, she's 17, 5'5", 140 pounds, brown hair that was last known to be dyed black with purple on top and brown eyes. She has a bridge piercing in the bridge of her nose, hoop piercings in each nostril, vertical eyebrow piercing in her left eyebrow, an anti-eyebrow surface piercing under her right eye, and snake bite piercings in her lower lip. And again, thank you to my daughter for helping me with the identifications of her piercings. If you have any information regarding McKenna's disappearance, you know of her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department, 913-596-3000, or the KBI at 785-296-4017, and see if we can't get McKenna located and back to where she needs to be. She says that she says she's knowledgeable. I pierced my own vertical labret. It was on my top lip on the side. I miss it every day. And she does. She talks about it a lot. So, and this is Jacob Bench. He had been missing before and was located, and now he is missing yet again. Missing from Wichita, Kansas since February 10th of this year. He's 17, 6'2", 310 pounds, brown curly hair and brown eyes. Don't have much more than that, but if you have any information regarding Jacob's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call 911 immediately or call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-263-6011 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get Jacob located and back to where he needs to be.
Do you know, is he somebody who lives with his family, or is he?
I'm not 100% sure on that one. I have my suspicions, but I don't know for sure.
Sure.
And I don't want to say without knowing for sure.
Yep.
This is one that I just did today. And she's way over there. Whitney, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name. I don't know if it's Loynan or I hope I said that right or close to right. She's a mystery from Wichita, Kansas. Since today, she's 14, 5'3", 140 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. She has to go to the restroom where she changed into nice clothes and heels and disappeared. She's believed to possibly be with an adult male. She is autistic and has severe mental and medical issues, both of which require medications that she does not have with her. And she's 14, 5'3", 140 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Whitney's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately or call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-263-6011 or the KBI at 785-296-4017. See what we can do to get Whitney located and back to where she needs to be. I do have more detailed information on some of her medical issues, but I don't want to violate HIPAA by putting it out there. So I'm just going to keep that to myself because I have to.
Yeah.
But she does need her medications and she does need to be found. And this is one we've actually covered her in the past. I haven't had her name brought up in quite some time until today. This is Letitia Mathenia, missing from Kansas City, Kansas since February 11th, 2026. She's 16, 5'5" to 5'7", weighs between 130 and 145 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Don't have much more than that, but if you have any information regarding Letitia's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department at 913-596-3000 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get Letitia located and back to where she needs to be. And we're going to venture outside of Kansas for a little bit. And Jeremiah Demetrius Moneta, missing from Ponca City, Oklahoma since January 17th, 2025. 22 when he went missing. He's now 23. 5'9", 150 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. He had recently, at that point, moved to Ponca City from Kansas City, Missouri, to Ponca City, Oklahoma. His bank account has not been touched, and his apartment showed no signs of disturbance. His cell phone was found in somebody else's possession, and his asthma inhaler, which family says he never leaves behind, was found on a stranger's porch. And when he went missing, he was 22. He's now 23. 5'9", weighs 150 pounds. Black hair and brown eyes. He has facial hair and a Playboy bunny tattoo on his shoulder blade. Last seen wearing a Kansas City Chiefs hoodie, jeans, and work boots. I don't know if that's the hoodie on the far right there, but I'm taking it that it probably is. If you have any information regarding Jeremiah's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Ponca City, Oklahoma Police Department at 580-767-0370, or you can call the anonymous tip line at 580-762-5100, or you can text Ponca City Police Department plus your message to crimes 274-637 from your cell phone, or you can email any information you may have to crimestoppers@poncacityak.gov and see what we can do to help get Jeremiah located and back to where he needs to be. And let's see, what is Heather saying over here? She's saying there was another gal missing from Kansas City who was a twin of a girl that was murdered a few years ago. I don't remember the names, but they were twin sisters, one deceased, one currently missing. If you can find me out some names, that would be good. So I'll make a flyer for the young lady. And Dana Jane Bruce, missing from Sedalia, Missouri since October 4th, 2008. She's 23 when she was missing. She's now 40, 5'2", 98 pounds, brown hair, green or hazel eyes. Last seen at her children's babysitter's home in Sedalia. She'd left the children there earlier that day so she could go out for the evening. She returned at midnight and gave the babysitter more money and asked her to watch the children for the rest of the night. Dana was last seen at Malone's Bar on Main Street with a young man driving a late model, was originally thought to be red, but was actually a green Ford F-150 truck earlier on the night of her disappearance. She left with that man at 11:30 p.m. Police have identified the man that Dana was with on the night she vanished. He traveled to Atlanta, Georgia after her disappearance. Police questioned him about Dana after he was arrested there on unrelated charges of marijuana possession and driving on a suspended license. Authorities have not named him publicly, but they are calling him a person of interest in her case. Told his questioners that he and Dana parted ways after they left the bar and he never saw her after that. She left all of her belongings behind, including her hairbrush and toothbrush. She does not have any credit cards, debit cards, checking account, cell phone, or a car. And when she went missing, she was 23. She would now be 40. 5'2", 98 pounds, brown hair that was colored brown at the roots, black at the ends, with red highlights and green or hazel eyes. Last known to be wearing a black shirt with the word Rebel in silver lettering on the front and blue jeans. She has a tattoo of a teddy bear with wings and the name Dylan on her upper left arm. She's blind in her left eye. She has a 2-inch scar along her lower spine and a staple scar on her right shoulder. Her ears are pierced one time each. If you have any information regarding Dana's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Sedalia, Missouri Police Department at 660-827-7823 or 660-826-8100. The Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178, or their other numbers 866-362-6422, or you can call Private Investigator Leslie at 910-427-0070 and see what we can do to help get Dana located and back to her family. And I know they've been looking for her. They've held vigils for her. We just really need to get her found and get her back to her family. And thank you, Heather. She said she will. She ran across it late last night. Okay, good. Yes, Andrew Nicholas France, missing from Sedalia, Missouri since April 20th, 2023. 31 when he was missing. He's now 33. 5'11", 175 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes. The day he left the Sedalia, Missouri residence he'd been staying at, driving a white 2019 Ford Escape with Florida license plate number AV13NF. Later in the day at 4:26 p.m., he got a traffic citation from police in Kansas City, Missouri. He's never been heard from again. On April 24th, 2023, his vehicle was found in a Taco Bell parking lot in Excelsior Springs, Missouri, and it was towed. There was no sign of him at the scene. His wallet and 2 important hoodies were missing from the vehicle. Since his disappearance, there had been no activity on his food stamp card or social media accounts. Andrew has a tattoo on his neck of a mountain scene and a bighorn sheep in black and gray ink, which you can see in the center photo at the top, and I've also enlarged it on the far right-hand photo at the bottom. And he has tattoos of writing on both forearms and tattoos on his hands, and there's got photos of some of the other ones there also. He was last known to be wearing a blue T-shirt with an American flag, blue jeans, dark gray Skechers shoes, and a baseball cap. If you have any information regarding Andrew's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Excelsior Springs, Missouri Police Department at 816-630-2000 or the Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178 or 866-362-6422. And so we can do to get Andrew located and back home to his family. And you're welcome, Ellen, for sharing Dana and Andrew's flyers. And I just updated her flyer tonight with a new missing since date because I had one from where she went missing from Kansas City, Missouri last month, and she was just apparently found today and went missing again today. This is Destiny MacArthur, missing from Kansas City, Missouri since February 11th, 2026. She's 17 years old, 5'8" to 5'11", 190 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Now, don't have much more than that, but if you have any information regarding Destiny's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department at 816-234-5043 or 816-234-5111 or the Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178 or 866-362-6422. And see if we can't get Destiny located and back to where she needs to be again. And this one I'm going to cover. I covered her last week, but I wanted to get her on the show again because they have released surveillance videos and photos. And after I cover her flyer, we're going to go through some of that as well and show you some of that stuff. And this is Nancy Guthrie, missing from Tucson, Arizona since January 31st, 2026. She's 84, 5'5", 150 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. She went missing around 9:30 p.m. She was last seen at her residence near East Skyline Drive and North Campbell Avenue in Tucson. She is without her meds, and it's been reported by the sheriff's office that if she does not take them within 24 hours, it could be fatal. Authorities have disclosed that they believe Nancy may have been abducted. They also believe there is a vehicle involved, although there is no description of one. They've also, I'm trying to think of some of the other things I've heard regarding her case. They did find blood at the door that was identified as her blood. They did say the back door was wide open. There were two different dates that were set for ransom demands, and the family has stated that they will pay. The last ransom demand, I believe, was for like $6 million in cryptocurrency or something to that degree, and there was an address for them to send it to, but those dates have since come and gone. They did detain a pizza driver for questioning for some time and let him go. But again, Nancy's 84 years old. She's 5'5", weighs 150 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. Nancy is the mother of Savannah Guthrie, who is the host of the NBC Today Show. Authorities are requesting any video or photographic information be submitted for evaluation and analysis of evidentiary value in Nancy's disappearance. If you have any information regarding Nancy's disappearance, or you know of her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately or call the Pima County, Arizona Sheriff's Office at 520-351-4900, or you can scan the QR code below by the sheriff's badge there and submit your tips that way. And I know the reward is going up. I believe it went up to 50,000, but let me double check on that real quick.
Yeah, that was the last that I saw.
Yeah, that was the last thing I think I saw too. I believe the FBI was offering 50,000 for information on her case or on her whereabouts or information on who's responsible. So yeah, if you have any information on her case, get that called in. And as I mentioned, I do want to show some of these surveillance photos and videos that were obtained from. They said it was, I can't remember how they worded it, but it was from a different way of getting it off the camera than they normally would, like a back end. They call it some kind of a back end is what they call it. But And there's the gentleman at the door. He's wearing a ski mask. He's got a bulky backpack on. They say he's armed. It kind of looks like, I can't tell if that's a gun down by his left hand down there. Kind of looks like a gun in a holster, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
It's really hard to tell. And I don't know why he's holding that up. It's almost like when you see the video clip, which I have loaded on here too. It's like he's trying to obscure the camera with that. And it's really interesting. But there's another shot of the ski mask, the jacket, the shoulder straps on the backpack.
So I didn't click on the article, but I don't know if you saw it. They said that he has a bite light. And so the article headline was like, he has a bite light. How can this help identify him? But I didn't click on it, so I don't know how it can help identify
him. Is that the light in his mouth?
Yeah.
They call it a bite light?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that one before, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you see the video, this will make sense because it's like he's taking his hand and it's like he's doing this in front of the camera to kind of obscure his face. It's different. See down there by his other hand, it looks like, I can't tell if that's a butt of a gun in a holster down there or what that is by his other hand. It's hard to tell.
It feels like a weird spot. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a gun, but that feels like a weird spot.
Heather's saying, yes, his gun was in the front and middle. And there's another where he's kind of got the hand up front of the camera and stuff there. And that's kind of weird. I have seen some AI enhanced versions of these photos and a little leery on AI because it doesn't always get it accurate. So I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like this is a really clear picture that, yeah, you can see that's a gun.
Interesting. He's got it in the front center. Not many people would carry a gun front center. You'd think that would be an easy identifier. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Another one, that one's not a real good one, but it's just kind of him back away from the camera and stuff. Yeah. I saw a front view of the house, and it's like this is an arch, and you go under it to where the front door is. So it's really concealed in there. Yeah, his eyes are really visible, and if you look at the one shot, you can detect a little bit of a mustache under the nose and at the top part of the mouth hole.
I think it's this one. There you go.
Yeah, see, you can see a little bit of a mustache there.
So, did you say you had video clips or just?
Yeah, if you scroll down a little further from where these pictures are, you'll see video clips, and you'll see 3 of them.
You might have to get in there because I don't.
Okay, let me.
It says video clips, but I don't think that's.
Okay, let me do this is the first video clip here.
Okay.
You can see he's kind of taking the hand and like putting it up in front of the camera and stuff. And I don't know what he's doing with the lower hand exactly, what he's messing with there. A doorknob or something, maybe? I don't know. And then he's just kind of walking around like he's looking for something. And then he picks up. Now you can see he picks up what he's going to try to put in front of the camera, but this video ends there. And then this is. Yeah, see, that's just real quick. I mean, like I said, one thing he picked up, like, I don't know if he was trying to figure out a way to cover the camera with it, and he couldn't figure out how to secure it, or I don't know. That's the weird part. But yeah, this one, which picture? That one you really can't, well, no, you really can't see the facial hair there. This one you can see it a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that is. He picked it up off the ground and then he walked over to the camera with it and tried to mess with it. And I don't know. But if anybody has any ideas of who this might be, call the numbers on the flyer and let them know, They said they had a pizza driver there for a little while and talked to him and then let him go, and freaked out the pizza driver because he said he's not involved. And he's wanting to clear his name. And that. But like I said, 2 ransom dates have already come and gone, and the police have made return appearances to not only Nancy Guthrie's house, but daughter Annie's house as well, collecting evidence and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking or what direction they're leaning, but it's hard to say.
Yeah. And then the one thing, I mean, it's great to have the public's help in identifying people, but now we have, everybody's trying to have their own theories on who this could possibly be, and so then that led to
Right.
What did that lead to?
Yeah. I found that was an interesting photo there because, I mean, you can see the gun down in the front center, the backpack. Somebody brought up an interesting one on this one photo. Which one is it? Is it that? No, it's not that. There was one photo, that one there. You don't see the shoulder straps on the backpack there. I don't know if the camera's just not picking them up or if he took it off at one point and set it down, but you don't see the straps there. So that's interesting. And hopefully we can help figure out who this is. Or somebody may have an idea who it might be. I don't know. Definitely a scary situation, though. It's been, I think we're going into the second week now with her being missing and no answers, no suspects, no persons of interest, no anything. So hopefully we can help get it figured out.
Yeah.
Definitely interesting for sure. All right. I want to thank everybody for joining us and going over the cases tonight and hanging with us while we do this. And as usual, hopefully we can get some people found and some unsolved homicides solved and something like that. And we'll have to just see. But I just want to say, Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together tonight to go over these cases, and just pray that, the folks that are watching may know somebody that has an answer. They'll be willing to call in and submit what they know to help get investigators going in the right direction to bring somebody home or solve an unsolved homicide. I'm just praying everybody's enjoying the nice weather and everybody's healthy. And I pray until we see each other again next week. Stay safe, stay healthy. God bless, and amen.